Good morning and good evening. Welcome to the meditation session where our aspiration is I am awareness. I am usually not awareness, and in awareness lies a lot of light, the light that I say I'm seeking. So if I'm truly seeking light, if I'm truly seeking a path towards light that I cannot do without awareness. So today, to gain more insight into our awareness and in general an approach towards living, we'll be taking up the topic of impermanence and we'll be watching some small teachings and then meditating on impermanence. So I'll share the first video. If you can't hear the sound, please do unmute and let me know.
Whatever has the nature to arise has the nature to pass away.
I'll restart it.
Whatever has the nature to arise has the nature to pass away. In seeing impermanence, the mind doesn't cling. When it doesn't cling, it is not agitated. When not agitated, it personally attains nirvana. What is subject to old age grows old, and I am not exempt. What is subject to illness becomes ill, and I am not exempt. What is subject to death dies, and I am not exempt. She saw that all phenomena arose, abided, and fell away. She saw that the knowing of all this arose, abided, and fell away. And she knew there was nothing more than this, no ground, nothing to lean on stronger than the cane she held, nothing to lean upon at all, and no one leaning. And she opened the clenched fist in her mind and let go, and fell into the midst of everything. To arise has the nature to pass away.
In this video, how he starts, it's nothing new, but how he says that whatever arises, it passes away. Whatever rises, it falls down. So that is impermanence. And the reason for a lot of our suffering, misery, pain is that we want to hang on to things, to how they are, or my idea of how they should be. But if I truly believe that everything is impermanent, I might be able to hold that idea a little lightly, a little softly. I'll just share another small teaching on it before we move on.
Impermanence is good. Impermanence is good. And all the teachers keep telling us that. It's like a bad rumor that just doesn't go away. Is that someone started the rumor impermanence is bad news. And then since then we've gotten it in our heads that two things that Buddhism talks about, impermanence and suffering, that these two are something terribly gloomy subjects and so forth. I think we need to think differently. We need to think of impermanence as, therefore, this will also pass. Therefore, the suffering will also pass. Therefore, because there is death, there is rebirth, there is birth. Because this changes, therefore something new can happen. You always have a good start, and that's probably why we celebrate New Year. Is that there's a fresh, ness to a day. It's just a common day, but we take that as a pretext to just celebrate the potential of having another chance, and that's what it is. It's good news.
It can be called as twisting the words. And yet, if we look at certain things and the impressions we have in our mind of them, if we change the way we look at them, suddenly a lot of things have the potential of changing, of being more, or have a potential of living light. So I see impermanence as something to be feared, maybe. But how in that video, she was saying that how it can also mean good, right? That this too shall pass. So I have a meditation on impermanence by Mingyur Rinpoche. But before that, let's just take 5 minutes of our own time. So without any background music, we can focus on our breath or focus on in our heart or above the head, whatever practice works for us, or we can alternate. So we can start with focus on our breath. We can start with the tip of our nose, just watching the breath come in and out. Or we can focus in the heart chakra, in the center of the chest, or above the head here. So we'll do that for 5 minutes. And if we want, we can reflect on impermanence. And after that, we'll do a guided meditation on impermanence. So no background music, nothing. Just me and my breath for the next 5 minutes. Focusing on our breath, the world can wait for 2 minutes while I just focus on myself, on my breath. When I focus on my breath without any background music, I see that the breath itself has a rhythm. It almost even has a musical sense to it if I'm paying attention. It doesn't feel dry or as if something is missing. It really has beauty in it. So, focusing again more on our breath and seeing if we can see the rhythm, the music in our regular breathing. I'll now be playing the meditation on impermanence. So we will follow what Mingyur Rinpoche, how he guides us.
Please, all of you, keep your spine loosely straight and relax muscles in your body. And please close your eyes. And now feel your body and feel the sensation within your body from head to feet. It doesn't matter what kind of sensation, such as pleasant, unpleasant, neutral, doesn't matter. Just to observe this sensation. You don't need to control sensation. You don't need to change the sensation. You just be with the sensation. Doing versus being. Breath. Breathing in, breathing out. To be aware of your breath is changing actually. When you breathe in, you breathe in with the oxygen. When you're breathing out, it's carbon. So it is changing, your breath is changing. And not only that, when the breath is coming in, every second there's new air coming in and going through your throat and filling the lungs. So your lung is expanding when you breathe in. When you're breathing out, the carbon going out, every second is coming out from your nose, and your lung is contracting. your lung is getting smaller. So to be aware of this change. Expanding your lung, constructing your lung. As your lung and the breath is changing, at the same time, your heart is changing. Your heartbeat is changing every second. While your heart is changing, your blood is also changing. The blood circulating throughout the body, from head to feet. Every second is changing. So to be aware of that. And your breath, your lung, your heart, your blood, all are changing at the same time. Your entire body is changing. The organs, the cells, from head to feet, everything's changing. The temperature in your body also changing. And at the same time, the sensation in your body is changing. The feelings, pain, and pain disappear, itchiness, coldness, relaxation, so pleasant to unpleasant, unpleasant to pleasant. It's changing every month. And your thoughts are changing. So let them come, let them go. The feeling, the thought are always changing. Let them change. Okay, now please open your eyes. The world around you is also changing. Okay, so now the meditation is finished. So try to develop this practice in everyday life. So formal session every day, set, I don't know, 5 minutes or 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 1 hour, whatever, according to your capacity. Don't promise too much at the beginning. Something that doable, something easy for you, but then consistent, at least 30 days. Then you will have habit of the formal meditation. And then informal meditation, you can apply this anytime, everywhere, while you're watching television, cooking, cleaning your home, or anytime.
again in this video how smoothly Mingyur guided us without even saying the words out loud. That everything is changing every second. And that is impermanence. And I may like it, I may not like it. But the world outside and inside of me is changing every second. So we still have 7 minutes. So if we would like, either we can leave, or if we like, we can sit with our breath again. We can reflect simultaneously on what Mingyur just said, or we can just focus on our breath or wherever we like to. One thing we can decide, and for the next 7 minutes, we can focus on that. And as soon as we see we have drifted away, without judgment, without frustration, we just get our attention back on any chakra or our breath, whatever is the focus for the next few minutes. So we'll do that. One last minute of focused attention. Let me be fully present. Six 6:30, and we'll be ending the session here. Aspiring and hoping that I can reflect more on awareness and impermanence, at least for the day, to see how real it is in and around me, and the cycles of the weather, the way the seasons change, and like how everything is changing within me and without. Thanking Grace, thanking Divine for the pleasure, the opportunity of holding such a space in which we can all focus our attention on the awareness with an aspiration to become more aware. Thank you.
Thank you.